Hello, Creative Gems. Welcome back to Creativity. And if you're new here, I'm so glad you found my channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to use these chopping mats from the Dollar Tree to make beautiful wall lighting. These chopping mats come 2 per pack, each measuring in at 11 inches by 14 inches. To begin, we're going to need 2 of these chrome napkin holders, also from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to set these 2 napkin holders on my table surface about 1.5 feet apart. Then I'll take one of the chopping mats and slide one end into the napkin holder. I want to keep the semicircle shape of the napkin holder, so I'm curving the chopping mat accordingly. Once that's in, we'll do the exact same thing on the other end. By the way, this part may be a bit tricky and I did have to try a few times to get it right. But once it's in, you can go ahead and secure the chopping mat to the napkin holders with a little bit of hot glue. We'll want to place a bit of hot glue along the edge of the chopping mat where it will make contact with the napkin holder. Make sure you only apply a little bit because we don't want any excess glue to ooze out. And you would be surprised how well the hot glue binds this plastic chopping mat to the chrome napkin holder. Just make sure your hot glue is really hot and then hold it in place for a few seconds to let the glue set. And I know a lot of you are wondering how I'm able to do this without gloves. Well, I have been working with hot glue for so long that I think my fingertips are numb to the hot glue. But if you need to, I would definitely recommend using gloves so you don't burn yourself. And the great thing about using hot glue is how quickly it dries. And once the hot glue is fully dry, it holds everything in place very, very well. Once the chopping mat is secured into place, it's time to add some embellishments. Now, here is where you can get as creative and as glam as you want. Depending on what you already have in your craft supplies, you can apply whatever ribbon you may have, or you can even apply your favorite washi tape. And if you watch one of my recent wall sconces, you'll see that once I even applied a piece of lace glitter fabric over top the chopping mat, and it came out beautifully. But for this wall sconce, we're going to go ahead and start by applying this beautiful silver rhinestone ribbon. Since I'm running low on this ribbon though, I'll only apply a few rows. This rhinestone ribbon comes as a self-adhesive and it's very flexible. You can also cut it to size like I'm doing. And while we work on that, I would like to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to today's craft project. If you enjoy glam home decor and DIY crafts on a budget, help me grow my channel by hitting that subscribe button. And if you like what you see today, please give me a thumbs up as well so the YouTube gods will continue to recommend my channel to other viewers. And the best part is subscribing and giving me thumbs up is absolutely free, but will make a world of difference to me and my channel. To add a bit more glam to this wall sconce, I'm also going to embellish it with a strip of silver pearl beads. The ones I'm using are also self-adhesive and can be cut to size. And by the way, a lot of you ask me where I get my embellishments. Some of them I find at the dollar store, but since I also enjoy the convenience of online shopping, recently a lot of my nicer, more blingy embellishments are found online. I also recently curated a list of dollar store alternatives. I'll leave links down below in the description box to all my favorite embellishments and dollar store alternatives in case you want to stock up on some of your own craft projects as well. You'll find an assortment of beautiful crystal beads, gems, ribbons, mirror tiles, silver and gold embellishments. You'll also find my favorite crafting tools and other supplies. So here's the first look for our first wall sconce. I have placed a puck light which is sitting upside down on the top napkin holder, but you could also place it right side up on the bottom napkin holder. The light is nice and bright and you can see it illuminating through the chopping mat. And if you're still with me, drop me a note with the word chopping mat so I know you visited. Now what I want to do is really bling this wall sconce out. So I'm back in my craft studio and now I'm going to apply strings of hanging garland crystal beads all across the chopping mat. These hanging garland crystal beads are separated by silver jump rings, so you can size each garland to whatever length suits your project. I found these online as well, and the ones I have are made of acrylic, but if you prefer the look of glass ones, they have that online as well, but they will be a bit more expensive than the acrylic ones that I'm using. So here I'm going to continue to connect the garland strands on either ends until the entire chopping mat is covered. And if you're still with me, drop me a note down below with the words chopping mat and let me know if you have ever made a wall sconce before. If you have, I would be curious to know what materials you use to make your wall sconce. If you have watched any of my previous wall sconce videos, you'll know that I love making beautiful, unique wall sconces using these chrome napkin holders. In fact, I have designed numerous ones and each one of them have a very unique look. I also love to use picture frames, wood palettes, and mirrors in my wall sconce designs. Once I even used a car funnel for my wall sconce. That was a lot of fun to make. And here's what the wall sconce looks like now. I much prefer this second look for the wall sconce as I think the crystal garlands hang beautifully to give that extra elegance to the wall sconce. And here's what the wall sconce looks like with the lights on during the day. And I'll also show you what the sconce looks like with the light turned on after dark. You can see how bright the light illuminates. And what I plan to do eventually is make a second one and then place one on either side of a piece of wall art that I will make on canvas. And then I'll hang them right above my couch in the living room. Okay, but for now, we're back in my craft studio because I want to show you a second wall light that we can make with another piece of chopping mat and one chrome napkin holder. I've already cut out the chopping mat to match the shape of the napkin holder, and now we're going to cut a similar shaped piece of this window covering. This window covering has a very faint pattern on it, and it will provide just a bit of translucent coverage when placed over the chopping mat. It's also self-adhesive, and what I like about this is you can easily peel it off and reposition it if you need to. Next, I'm going to glue a string of silver beaded necklace to create a border around the napkin holder to cover the seams between the chopping mat and the napkin holder. And if you're still with me, drop me a note with the words chopping mat and let me know if you have ever crafted with the chopping mats that I'm using. And if so, what did you make? Once that's done, we're going to set it aside for a few minutes so we can work on this Dollar Tree mirror. These mirrors are new at the Dollar Tree and I thought they looked pretty unique. I'm going to go ahead and embellish the frame with some self-adhesive silver pearl beads, but if you prefer, you could also paint the frame to whatever color you like. Next, we're going to adhere the napkin holder to the mirror. For that, I'm going to be using a strong adhesive such as Fix-All. We'll then place the back of the mirror onto the napkin holder where the glue was applied and then let the glue cure overnight. You'll also notice that I added a bit of hot glue just so I could get the two pieces to hold together right away while the Fix-All cures. And here's the final look for our last wall sconce. I'm using this one as a candle holder, which I think looks pretty cute. This wall sconce candle holder was very simple to make, and the great thing is you can easily embellish it to whatever style you prefer. Just make sure you put in a battery operated LED candle inside instead of a real wax candle. Comment down below with the word chopping mat and let me know which wall light design you like best from today. In the meantime, I hope you stick around and check out some of my other glam home decor crafts.